Okay. We should be live. Put that. I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode, I think. Now. Hey, Suki. Hey, May. Hey, Captain, my Captain. You did get here early tonight. Also, I think I kind of started a little later. I don't know how. I don't remember when I started last night. It was pretty late. Yeah, I kind of waffled a little bit today. Life's alright. It do what it do. It's Thursday. Oh cool, what game are they playing? Oh, well that's in focus. That's cool. Oh, I'm not familiar with that series. Danganronpa? I'm not familiar with that series. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone had a pretty cool day. I hope it was kind. Oh! Hot dogs are... I was about to say hot dogs are tasty. I'm kind of particular about hot dogs. I'm a big fan of Hebrew Nationals. And what's Skinny Zach doing? What's he been up to? I hope he's doing well. I think we lost the captain. You finished another drawing. He's doing well, but he was riffing on the Lego brick films. Like, is that like Lego Batman? Ninjago? Those ones? What image did you finish, May? Was it the one you were working on the other day? haven't seen CR stream in a while. Hope he's alright. Oh, fan-made stop motions. Okay, no worries. No worries, Cap. I was just wanting to make sure you were alright. I was just about to start asking you a bunch of questions. You can't chat because you're busy. And mostly the questions were, so what are you gonna make for tomorrow's snack day? How's your jacket coming? Well, you can't tell me because you're busy. Let the lady work, Liz. Come on. And the Lego brick films are made by fans. What was he riffing about them? I will check your image, May, after I'm done with today's Inktober. And by all means, do feel like if you're worried I'll miss it, do feel free to send it to me on Tumblr. Oh, I'm second guessing this. Thank you. I will definitely make sure if I miss it for what, because my computer decided it wanted to just like freak out yesterday, so then that way if it does it again. Oh dear. See? Well, where's my reference? Where's my reference? Where's my phone? Where's my reference? Thank you. Oh, okay. So, actually, his little front feet, back feet should be more here, but that's not gonna happen. Little front feet. Yeah. That's one of the, like, it's kind of not a terrible idea sometimes, like when you're working on something, to just step away from it for a little bit, because then when you come back to it, you've got fresh eyes and you can kind of pick up on things you didn't notice earlier. So May had a hot dog. What's everybody else doing for dinner, or did for dinner? We did homemade egg rolls. Marvel, DC, or both? Generally DC. I think I tend to prefer DC. Though I was about to say, I've liked a lot of Marvel's movies more than the DC ones. Oh, legs are asleep. Having said that, though, I was a big fan of the Wonder Woman movie, so there's that. I think just in general, though, I like DC. Probably purely just for Batman. I grew up more of a Batman fan. My brother was a big Batman fan. He was a big fan of the movies. He liked the explosions. I need somebody to do me a favor and have a serious talk with this little fox's foot and explain to him that Liz needs this foot to be drawn. That I need this foot to be agreeable. So as I said, I tend to prefer DC, but what about y'all? And after having said between DC and Marvel, I tend to prefer DC. Having said that, I think I'm a Hellboy fan. I like Batman, but I'm definitely more of a Hellboy fan. Like, I think I'm more apt to sit down and read Hellboy than I am to read Batman. But I also really like Boom Comics. I've liked their stuff lately. I also really like Squirrel Girl. She's cute. She's happy. I think if I were a Marvel character, I'd probably be Squirrel Girl. Though her catchphrase makes me cringe sometimes. You might get into Batman comic collecting. You've been more of a Marvel fan. Power Rangers by Boom Comics are good. Yeah. I think they're Image. Image has got quite a bit. I always forget about them. let's see what's in my stack to read. I've got this big cardboard box that's decorated to look like a companion cube from Portal. And it is filled with comics that I need to... Whew. So this is what I've been reading lately. The Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck comics. Oh, what else do I have? A lot of what I have in here are independent comics. I try to purchase one independent comic every time I go to a convention. Huge stack of Darkwing Duck. I went to Vintage and I just grabbed one of each of the... This is on my to-read list. Actually, I should just have that sit out. I need to reference it for art. And then Bee and Puppy Cat. Out. Jeez, this box is like stuffed. It's an indie. Over the Garden Wall. I started reading Over the Garden Wall. Steven Universe. Bob's. Oh wow, yeah. Waffle Fry, Nimona, Bleeding Heart, Zombie Hunters. Yeah, these are mostly like, once I get past the initial handful of comics that I purchased recently, and when I say recently, that's like within the last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, it's a bunch of indie comics, or comics that I helped kickstart. You know, funding. Not like I actually did anything useful. Oh, okay. CR has a stream. Aw, dag nabbit, CR. Thought I'd be a Catwoman or a Black Cat fan. I liked Catwoman. I haven't seen a live action Catwoman that I liked. I liked Catwoman in the animated series. If the apocalypse happened, what would be the first thing you'd grab as a weapon? So it has to be something that's nearby. I would grab this. So these are the titanium coated scissors that I used to stab myself in the hand. You can't see it. I've got some pretty impressive, I've got a scar. I had accidentally stabbed myself in the hand. While I was doing, I was working on repainting a doll. And I didn't like her legs, so I was trying to cut them off, as morbid as that sounds. And in the process of doing so, I stabbed myself in the hand. And it hurt. So I know for a fact that those scissors are pretty sharp. Hot. Fergie J. What's up, bro? You figured I would choose my scissors. You don't know what I've got on my desk. If Bumble and Percy were in here, I would have picked them. I would have said my cats would defend me. So we got Mouse. We got the Fergie J. I think this would be my second weapon. Dr. McGillicuddy's apple whiskey. Oh, Becker. He's good puppers. He's good puppers. What you been up to, hipster? Yeah, hipster. We did a stream once where Jace was on audio, and we'll have to figure out how to do that again. Have my friends just verbally abuse each other. Just have all my friends verbally abuse each other, and I can just sit here and draw. Jace has been playing Cuphead. And, you know, I only got to play for a little bit, and I didn't play that well. But I find I'm going through game withdrawals, because that game really was fun. Potatoes. Welcome to the Beth Roast. Well, potatoes. You can go on a mini vacation next weekend. Go to Omaha. Definitely don't ask Wilson where to go. Omaha? What's wrong with Omaha? Well, go to Omaha, St. Louis. Are there any neat, like, comic book conventions or anything going on? I have heard of Octopus Pie. I don't think I've actually really read it, though. Go hike the Flint Hills. Commune a bit with nature. Where is G-Man's Death Star? Octopus Pie. Octopus Pie sounds familiar. I want to say I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever actually read it. Would you, Suki, kindly remind me? Oh, I'm on a big screen. What's up, G-Man? Oh, I know. Kippers! Kipling. Who's a good Kippers? Who's the best Kippers? What's Wolfric up to? Is Wolfric good puppies? Is Wolfric good puppies? I'm in Chromecast to 2 TVs? Well, Baxter. Baxter, can you hear me? Where's my backer? Huh? Is he a good boy? You want to record? Hold on. Okay. Octopus Pie is about 3 college kids. I hope they're not food chefs because... Okay, so if I'm waiting 5 minutes, I will repeat that at 9:01. Aw, Baxter! Who's my boy? Baxter, you have good day. Well, how about Freddy? What's Freddy know? Huh? What's the little fruggle know? Is he good baby? I bet he's good baby. I think I've chatted to just about everybody's dog whose name I know. Except for my own. She buggered off. She was in here for a little bit when I was setting up, and I was like, you want to hang out with me, puppy dogs? And she said, nope. And left me to my own devices. Aw. Yeah, Freddy, your pupper. He's little baby. He's still so much growing. Suki just recently got a little frug, a little French pug. Little French bulldog pug. He's just so cute. I think I wanted this foot to overlap this foot, but oh well. He tries to. Yep. It's what puppies do. I remember we hadn't had mine for very long, and she chewed through a laptop cord. She exposed the wires, the cables, and I remember I heard the crackle sound, and I looked down just in time to see like a little blue spark between her little feet. I got her away from it. before anything happened, but I was so... First I was scared, and then I was angry because she'd gotten me so scared. I should have known something was up. She was laying in between my feet, just being good. And she was a rotten puppy. She was always chewing and destroying, so I should have known. So it turns out Sean, the rat, every once in a while does streams, and he does a lot of programming coding ones. He does his on Twitch, but I think you might find them interesting, Jace. I will have to get his account stuff. So, who else has "we built this city with rock and roll" stuck in their head? Alright, Suki, we'll be here. I don't know what his handle is. My assumption would be Sean White. I don't know, Grundy might take an interest in them too. I'm trying to think. He said he also does games, most likely Overwatch. Because I've seen on his, like, Twitter, seems like he plays a lot of Overwatch. I am as the hipster can attest, I am rubbish at co-op games. Yeah, I'll get it from him and I'll pass it along. I don't know what programs he does. I know I think he does a lot of stuff with Unity, which would make sense. So I'm gonna say Unity and just roll with it. Hey guys, if you're chatting at me, I can't hear you. I need you to speak up. Yeah, I think he does I know I think as I said, from his Twitter, seems like they do like Overwatch. I wonder if they do like Overwatch campaigns at work where he works. And as I said, I would assume Unity. I think his stream hours are going to be a little off time wise for us though, because he's over in Denmark. He went back to Denmark Wednesday. Yeah, because yesterday was E for Elk, and he was there for the dugong. So yeah. Hey, Kippers! Who's good Kippers? Kipling! Who's a good Kipling? He's a good Kippers. He's a good boy. He's a good baby. Oh, he's the best little Puff Puff. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Do you need me to keep going? Because that's driving the cat nuts. She's like, but my name isn't Kippers, I'm Bummy. Kipper! Kiplin! Here, boy! Here, buddy! Ah, G-Man! Jeez, man. I was watching someone live stream the Jackbox games with people. It's like, that looks like fun. I want to do that. Maybe one of these days we can do that. Because you can you start playing, you don't have to own the game. Like, one person obviously has to own the game, but not everyone has to own the game to be able to play. And you know, you just make a room, and there's a code, there's like a room code, and then people with the code can join in and play. I think that'd be fun sometime. Especially since we've got so many really talented and funny people. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but little Bumble is at the door. Meep. 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 A little bug. Go away, little bug. Trying to draw. I finished Dr. Sleep today. It's a sequel to The Shining. And it was alright. The beginning was kind of hard to get through, because well, it's sort of like it's sort of a redemption. To me, it almost reads like a redemption story. And the thing with redemption stories, you've got to do, that tail looks horrible. The thing with redemption stories is you've got to do something to be redeemed from. So it was just real hard to get through that. That part of it. Oh, you heard her as a yeah. She's not shy, and she's not quiet. She's a bossy bum. She really, 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 really believes that she needs to be an indoor-outdoor cat. And will stand at the back door and just meow, meow, meow. And she just progresses in pathetic and pitch. The longer we don't give her what she wants. But she's indoor kittens. It's not safe for her to be outdoor kittens. There's a feral cat that hangs out in our neighborhood, and he would just chew her up. And then I'm afraid she'd get hit because we live so close to that busy street. The more I think about it, the more I want to do it. The Jackbox. Like, do that tomorrow, maybe? Crank out tomorrow's drawing and... What movies came out today? Have there been any new scary movie releases? I know something called Mother came out not that long ago. And Netflix just, I don't know if it was a recent thing or not, but they've got a movie that I'd been wanting to that I'd kind of been interested in seeing. I was looking for something to watch the other day on Amazon, and what was it? Oh, It Comes Out at Night was the one I was initially looking for, but it wasn't available, and then they suggested Void. I think someone said that's one of the better scary movies on Netflix right now. Siri! What's up? The captain's seeing Blade Runner tomorrow. Let me know how it is. I know you liked the original. Well, I have to. God, I think I only saw it once with you. I need to rewatch it and catch up, or remind myself, because that's based off of Asimov. Oh, I like Asimov. What you been up to, Suri? You want to see Mother. You like Aronofsky's work. What is Mother about? Because it was like, for almost an entire week, that was the only ad that would play on YouTube for me. And it was driving me nuts. Because it would play when I was, I was at work, and I would have a playlist of stuff going in the background just for noise. And it was just constantly coming up between videos, and I was like, what is this? I can't watch because I'm working, but it's, it's driving me nuts. It's not giving me any info. Which I guess I can't be too mad, because I always get annoyed when movie trailers basically give you the entire plot. I have watched enough media. I have read enough books. I know how most genres work. So I try really hard to avoid trailers, since apparently people feel like the trailer should be where you give away the movie. You should sample out the movie. You shouldn't give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Your chat keeps dying. I'm sorry. Welcome back, Suki. Suri's not been up to much. Just watching your sister play some Psychonauts. I have only heard great things about Psychonauts. I think I got a copy of it on Steam, and I keep meaning to play it. It's an allegorical tale. Welcome back, Suki. Mother is an allegorical tale with Christian story character and environmental themes. You had dinner. What was dinner? How was dinner? Was dinner delicious? Mom and I split 2 egg rolls. We made chicken egg rolls, and then we made some Southwestern egg rolls. And we both took one of each, split it, and shared them. And now I'm just like, I can't tell if I'm hungry or not. I think it's just I'm dehydrated. Mashed potatoes, chicken, broccoli with peppers. That sounds like a good dinner. Huh. So I probably shouldn't tell, because this is just kind of like telling. I feel like I'm tattling. But Mom had bought one of those like family-sized packages of Oreos, the Halloween ones, because she swears up, down, and sideways that you can taste a freshness difference. And my argument is food that you purchase packaged like that doesn't get to be called fresh. But anyway, she purchased one of those. And she opened it Tuesday night. She opened it Tuesday night while I was streaming. And I went upstairs to swap out some laundry. And quite a bit of the package had been eaten. And I know she did it when I was streaming because when I came downstairs, the pack had still been closed. When I went up to change out laundry, it had been opened. So she opened it during the stream. Anyway, quite a bit of it had been eaten. Okay, whatever, no judgment here. I come home from work and it's already gone. There were 3 cookies in it this morning. Mom and Dad went through an entire family-sized package of Oreos in like less than 24 hours. I'm sure of it. I haven't had Oreos in eons. I like a good Oreo every once in a while. Can't judge, you downed several ice cream bars yesterday. Yeah, as I said, I really shouldn't judge. I picked up a bag of, actually I have the bag right here. I picked up one of these suckers at Target the other day, and I'm pretty sure I've eaten like 3 servings worth in one sitting. But it just, I don't know, every once in a while I just get a craving for a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And there's nothing to be done. I tried the mocha M&Ms. I tried the mocha M&Ms, those were good. The mocha Oreos. And those were very tasty, and I'm so sad that it was just a limited time flavor. Because they weren't overly sweet. I'm sorry, that sentence that you just typed, Captain, my friend, has stopped me in my tracks. I'm all kinds of confused and frightened. I'm real frightened. You're watching my stream and CS Toys, a toy dealer from Japan. That'd be interesting to watch. You know, just to go on about like the different, you know, what's available in the different areas. I would be really interesting to watch. Who was I talking to the other day? Oh, I was talking to Bunny, to Hilly Bean. I was just thinking, I was like, I've got a friend who goes by Rat, I've got a friend who goes by Mouse, I've got a friend who goes by Bunny. Gosh, I don't know anybody's name. They sell Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Kamen, Ultraman, and Godzilla stuff. That's pretty cool. That's like, you don't see a lot of those, you don't see a lot of those around the US. Because I know those are genres that are pretty big over in Japan. But no, okay, so I was talking to Hilly Bean, and we both agreed that it would be interesting to go to Japan just to go shopping. We're like, yeah, I just want to go shopping. And I was like, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I would buy all of the art supplies. I'd buy all of the Copic markers. I goofled. So we're taking some white. If anyone's curious, all your friends and family are nicknamed in your phone. I've got a couple. I've got you as Captain Mouse, or the Mouse Captain. I think it's the Mouse Captain. I've got a buddy. He goes to Japan quite often, and I guess his group of buddies, like the young ladies in his group, made it a point to go to the Hello Kitty store in Japan, and I begged him to go in and just take a photo. I was like, don't buy anything, don't do anything, just go in and just take a photo of yourself there. I think it'd be a good laugh, but he refused. I don't even know if he took a photo of himself, like even outside of the store. Like, I don't know. So your masculinity is fine. You'd buy all the cheap price superhero toys. I'll believe it. I think it'd be interesting to check out some of the shrines. But if I ever got the opportunity to go to Japan and I had my MacGuffins about it, I would want to go with someone who had been before, someone who had ink bubble, some familiarity with the ins and outs, so that way, like, I wouldn't be the dumb American. They would inform me if I was being the dumb American and help me not be the dumb American. I don't know what's going on with this one. I wonder if the ink dried, which makes me sad because this was it was an empty water brush pen that I filled with, a watercolor brush pen that I filled with white ink. I tangented. I was saying something, I was telling an anecdote, and I lost it. It is gone. Farewell, sweet anecdote. I'm sure you were entertaining. A store in Japan, they sell manga for 108 yen, or 96 cents a volume. Wow, why is everything so cheap over there? Yeah, I think it'd be neat to go to Japan. But as I said, I think I would want to go with someone who is a little more familiar with the area. Or at least, who'd been there before, who had some experience with it. under their belt. Aw, do it, Suri! Do it, do it, do it. This guy is almost done, and we've just been hanging out for a little over an hour. Oh yeah, I have, Suki, I have some Pokemon cards that are in Japanese just because I liked the look of them. Like the American, the guy sold the American versions as well. Well, a lot of times he'd get the Japanese versions and they would come out before the American versions did. So I would use my allowance to buy the Japanese cards. And so I was kind of like the first in my little Pokemon posse to have the card. And then lately, you know, a little bit later, it'd come out in English. And if it was a card that was useful in my deck, I would keep the American card, or I would trade for the American card from my group. American card, English card. From 97. That makes me think of the old Nintendo Informer. It was every young child's dream to get published in that magazine, to have something they'd drawn get published in it. What are my options? What do we have? Let's try this. Yeah. You have a vague idea who you want to draw, since you need to ask from Mercutio for Circus Darkrai. Maybe you could try to draw them like you did Bat. Yeah. By all means, dude. That would be the way to go. Or like, you could get the pose down. If you need to hear back from Mercutio. Well, guys, this one's kind of simple tonight, so I think we're pretty close to just wrapping her up. To being done. Tomorrow is G. Oh no, that's a bummer. Man, that group is tough. They're strict. I mean, could you not get points retroactively for fixing it? I think you should get points retroactively. G for... I'm not even gonna... I lied, I'm gonna try. Galifianakis? G for gecko like Casey. She would, you know, I'm gonna screen cap that. She would love that. G for gecko like Casey. G is for gecko, and that's good enough for me. Right? Alright, well, I think that's tonight's Inktober. Right there, yeah? Oh, yeah, what you think, you know? Oh, that guy. You had me going, kid. I was like, what on earth is that? What's a Galifianakis? I thought it was like some sort of weird deer like the dik-dik. Oh. That's a bummer. I don't know, I feel like, especially since you're new, you should have like a little grace. You maybe get half the points. Bean Pal for President 2020. Dik-dik are cute. If you have more than one character. Oh. I did. I saw the link, and I will look at it. I will look at it. Well, I'm done. Actually, I was like, I'm done with the. I was like, I'll look at it when I'm done with the Inktober. I am done with the Inktober. I can look at it all I want. Meh, meh, meh. Those don't look like. Those look like books. They don't look like magazines. Those are intense. I'm not surprised you found them at a video game store, because there's stores like Vintage Stock that I think their main trade is video games, but they get a lot of other things. Are just thick. Yeah, I can see that being. I can see that being almost more important than points. Siri is, you know, making friends, getting good with the buddies. You need to wait 6 months before you can bring in a second character. And I have a feeling, especially now that you're in, you know what they look for, what they like to see, you'll probably have, I don't want to say an easier time because it's still a lot of work. But yeah, you'll probably have a not quite as stressful time crafting up this one. What's in the bag? good. I made sure to take my shower before the stream tonight because last night I didn't and I was super tired. I just kind of stood in the shower. I was like, no. Hygiene is so requires so much effort. Oh, gray pencil's getting short. I've got an extender somewhere. Here it is. Here's my extender. Aw, that's disappointing. $6.20. Yeah, I have to be up by 5:40. I hate it. I set my first alarm for 5:40. And I just kind of lay in bed for a couple minutes, hating the world. Yep, school. So the captain, she had like a crazy early job. She was up at like the butt crack of dawn. Oh, so yeah, especially since you've got this character already developed with, like just sort of adapting them for this group should be a lot easier. It's the way to go. Do you like my panda pencil? Liz refuses to grow up. $7:30 every day except for delay days. I remember those days. I don't miss them. Mouse, do you remember those days? Do you miss them? I miss some things, but not... I miss being young and full of potential. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, that's a really good way to think of it, to handle it. Like, because, especially since it sounds like they're so intense and unforgiving. Like, they've, make sure, you're confident and comfortable with your one character. But I'm one of those people, it's so much fun to make characters. I don't want to do anything with them, I just want to make them. Can you guys guess what I'm drawing? Besides a puppy. Definitely seems like Thursdays are a popular day for streams. One of the gentlemen that I usually like to watch, I believe he's live streaming right now. Two of the gentlemen I like to watch are live streaming right now. But I really wanted to make sure, I really want to get in the habit of getting these Inktobers done, and it seems like doing these live streams have definitely helped. Oh yeah, I mean, like, they can be strict and such. I guess it's the firm but fair. Like, they can be strict but welcoming at the same time. And it probably, maybe it just seems like a whole lot because I'm not, I'm not been part of that. Like, I've never done any role playing that was that organized. Or established. And I can understand why they would want I understand, and I respect and I appreciate it. Like, why they would request such dedication. Oh, there goes Bumble. Jace, I don't know if you're still hanging out, but I really liked that photo you had taken of Baxter. Where he was, Bumble! No, he was not Bumble, but I mean, he was napping on his bed. That was a really good photo. It was a good angle. The lighting was amazing. That was a really good shot. A+. 10 out of 10. Would thumbs up again. What were my high school days like? My high school days were pretty much, I had a small collection of buddies. I had hair that was 3 different colors, and that was mostly just because my hair wouldn't hold dye. I was very, very antisocial. I wanted to be goth, but at the same time, I just wasn't. I was not. I was like diet goth. I was the cherry vanilla Diet Dr. Pepper of the goth world. And I was angry, but I didn't really have any reason to be angry. I was an obnoxious high school. I don't know. I thought I was obnoxious. Yeah. The mouse was there. I was very scary. I used to do role playing. I don't anymore. Just because it seems like my attention span doesn't last. So, but I used to. I used to quite often, actually. The poor mouse, yeah, bless her little heart. I was a bit, I was, you know, I was a bit much to take in. I was also not a small person, just physically. I was always I was almost always the largest person in the room. So I mean, like, I was all kinds of just awful going on. I didn't know you role played RP'd erped. I didn't know you erped Suki. The mouse captain was pretty freaking hardcore and would do like foam sword fights every once in a while. There was a group she'd go do that with. Because she's just so freaking hardcore. Like, writing it down on paper wasn't good enough. She actually had to go beat the crap out of people. She's a take no prisoners. And every time she would try to, I don't know. It seems like, what did you say? Whenever we do sword fights, I always aim for the gut. I was like, well, yeah, that's where all the organs are. I'm too short to hit anyone in the head. More story RP. I think that's what Suri's referring to. That's where his eyeball is. I'm kind of tempted to open up pet portrait commissions sometime. I keep wanting to use my panda as an eraser for like the holidays, but I just don't know. Because I've done a couple pet portraits for Casey and I have fun with those. I don't know if I want to. used to do a variety of genres. My college roommate and I would go to Denny's and we'd spend like hours at Denny's, just writing all this stuff down. We had a cast of characters and we would keep the characters relatively the same, but we would cycle through what genres they were in. And that was fun. We did one with werewolves. We did one... I'm sorry, that doesn't look right. It's what's in the reference picture, but I think maybe... I might have just made his head a little too wide. We did one with werewolves. We did one, it was like, I guess it was like National Treasure, but set in like the American Revolution. And what treasure they were hunting was not like real treasure that existed, but like some sort of magical, mythical, ancient... I don't know. It was weird. It's hard to describe. It was somebody else's universe. Your aunt is very talented. I am drawing your puppy, Suki. I am drawn to Freddy's because it's F. It's F for Freddy. I do like Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things quite a bit. That's... Oh, when does that come back? That comes back soon, doesn't it? Stranger Things is the only reason I'm going to renew my Netflix account. I canceled my subscription because I just wasn't watching anything with it. I'd go like months at a time without watching anything. So it didn't make sense to pay for it. But I did squeeze in Stranger Things before I got rid of my subscription. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna have to renew just for Stranger Things. Stranger Things is good, and it's definitely one of those shows, if you don't have time to sit down and watch it, don't start watching it. It's a lot of stuff goes on, and it's definitely worth dedicating the time to watch and just ingest. They have a bike ride to the movie theater. You think you're gonna do it? Would I? I'd have to take a look at what the state of my bicycle is in, and it would probably also depend on how far away the theater is from where they're bicycling and how many hills, because I am quite a bit out of shape. This is the first time you're drawing facial hair on a character. Facial hair can be kind of tricky. Yeah, I did, you know, it can be kind of tricky. That's why I kind of like to do, I don't know. I like to draw stubble on men. But if it's anything more than just like stubble, I'm like, oh, pickles. Because stubble you can just kind of imply with texture. Can't really imply a full beard with texture. Look at the face. I didn't think. Well, actually. So when I was looking to frame this was originally all I anticipated on drawing. That's why so much of him is cut off at a weird spot. I was just going to do this bit. And then I was going to do one of these. School eats you up. Yeah, school's tough. You might have to go to bed soon. I don't blame you. I think once I reach a point with Freddie, I'm gonna probably go to bed as well. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun, Captain. I'm pretty fat, so I wouldn't be surprised if like halfway through I'm like, screw it, and I just walk. Also, what day is it? I probably should have asked that first, because there's October tends to be a busy month for us. We got so many birthdays, and then Halloween, and my Inktober. Yes. Sorry, I would love to see who you're working on, or what character you're going to be drawing. Got little wrinkles. Got the little wrinkles. Panda is not an eraser. Panda is friend. There. So is anybody in this chat also doing Inktober? Sometime late October? I thought it was the 31st, but I think that might have just been a rumor. Because I think what it is the episode start. Oh wow, that's a fun guy. That's fun. Is that the one who threatened Ruby? Ruby? Oh, I can feel my allergy medicines fading. My eyes are getting all watery. Starting to get watery, and my nose is getting all watery, and Yeah, you're doing a lot of Tobers. Make Armor Tober and Charity Event Tober. How did the one you did this last weekend go? I saw the Stegosaurus costume and I thought that was super cute. I was telling Mom about it and she thought that was wonderful. Because Matt didn't, I mean, they were really limited on what they could do with Matt. He was basically like either a ghost or a pumpkin because you could find a trash bag, cut a little hole for his head, and just drape it over him like a poncho. At high school, Suki is the nice kid who doesn't get noticed with a small group of friends that he doesn't get to hang out with out of school except for one. Yeah, high school seems, I don't know, high school's a rough one. Take high school with a grain of salt. Yeah, I can imagine between the two, high school would have been more preferable. Because you got to meet me, Ramus Blackwater. That's a fun name. He's fun. I think you'll have fun with that one, Siri. Happy puppy. Oh. Oh. I think you'll have fun with that one, sir. I think you'll have fun with that drawing. Yeah, high school, that tends to be a thing that happens more and more in high school. Like, I had a couple buddies who did that. Mouse was pretty cool though. She kept me around. She still hung out with me. You sewed a coat sleeve on backwards twice and raged just a bit, just a little bit though, not too much, right? Because that's not at all frustrating or time consuming or exhausting. I've heard that usually when mistakes like that happen, especially more than once, it's usually a good sign to go to like to put it down for a hot second and just like go work on. And you're doing buffalo dip? Oh, I know, some people can't get a room. They have no idea. Oh, that's so cool. Have you told her, like, she was one of the motivating reasons? Not that happy with this eye. This had been the eye I was happy with, but now I'm not. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are buddies. He did all that while watching the channel. Whoops! It was probably my fault then, Britt. Probably my fault, Cap. My bad. Friend's girlfriend is kind of the girl who asks for alone time a lot. I'm not saying names for safety. No, I understand. Yeah, I get it. Sounds like she's, what am I wanting to say? I don't know. She likes to be the center, but she wants all of the attention. I don't know. I always tried to make sure my boyfriends still, like, hung out with their buddies. Like, that was important to me. That they still got, they still kept their friendships strong. But then again, I think just about all my boyfriends were, and I shared a similar social circle. Which just about almost all shared a similar social circle. And the puppy I'm drawing is Suri's new little buddy. His name is Freddy, and he's a French pug. French bulldog pug hybrid. I'm calling him a frog. Considering most of the time when I draw pugs, I usually cartoonize them. I wonder if I actually have... Do I have one of my pug sketches nearby? My niece's pug is a little bit of a almost popped tick. And his eyes go two different directions. He's not a very handsome pug. But he's got heart. And my nieces love him, so... They also have a black lab, and I am in love with their black lab. Their black lab is a sweetheart. When I was house sitting, she would not let me out of her sight. She was my little fuzzy, she was my hairy shadow. Because otherwise, I probably would have gotten really lonely. I found I don't do too well when I live by myself. I get lonely. I get lonely and sad. Okay, I haven't looked up in a while. All the friends. Back up, your app crashed. Okay, Suki, so we were basically just saying you need to get all the friends. Get new friends, get all the friends. Well, that's why Suki comes and hang out with us, because we're cool. We're cool, we're the cool kids. So do you guys use like those paper tortillons or the little blending sticks? I'm not a fan of them. They score the paper. They make things look kind of muddy. I know some people say like they're really good for blending stuff together, but I don't know. I always felt I had better control blending with my pencils and not wrapped up paper. You're hangry? If I ordered you a pizza, I'd put pineapple on it. What's G-Man doing? Have G-Man order you a pizza. You should have some of your buffalo dip. You should taste test it. Make sure it's delicious. The customer service department ordered Sarpinos last week for lunch. I think because it was payday. And so I joined in. And dang, was that pizza delicious. I think I might do that for dinner tomorrow, is bring that home. Yeah, treasure the friends who respect you. They're good people. Pineapple on pizza is delicious. Yes, test it for poison. What anime do I like? What was the one? Mouse, you got me in on it. You got me hooked on the show. Was it Orion School Host Club? You got me hooked on that one. I think I watched the whole thing in a night. Okay, maybe not a night. I think I watched it all in two nights. I liked that one a lot. I used to be really, really into Naruto, but I'm pretty far behind. I was reading the books, and then I would order the DVDs from Japan and watch them on my PlayStation. But that I got obviously very expensive, so that didn't go very far. And keep in mind, like, that was back in the day before Crunchyroll or anything like that. Obviously, just about anything Miyazaki. But I feel like that one should go without saying. That should just sort of be like a given. I really loved Paprika. Paprika was good. Yeah, what was the Interstellar one? That one was good. Urin. Okay, so it's familiar. Okay, so we're Suri's favorite character from Foxicle, Mrs. Store, is probably Mordecai. No, that's fine. This is, hey, you worked hard to get in that group, Suri. By all means, talk about it. I'm happy that you're still excited about it. You worked so hard. By all means, bring it up all you want. Oh yeah, the captain is classics. She loves. She likes quite a few of the classics. Oh, I meant to tell you sooner. Oh, Captain, my Captain. But there was some sort of like Kickstarter for a Last Unicorn. I think it was like the Last Unicorn illustrated novel. And so Interstellar 55555. That's the one. I really liked that one. But anyway, so it was a Kickstarter for like an illustrated Last Unicorn. And I was going to do that for your birthday, but it was going to be like a couple $100. So sorry, bro. The thought was there. The budget was not. I will let you know if it gets cray cray. Mordecai Gatsby. Oh, he's got spats. This is very Something Wicked This Way Comes. The thought was lovely, as was the art for the book. But as I said, budget. Budget just no bueno. A friend of mine was, I think that was one of her drawing challenges she gave herself 1 month, was to draw. She was wanting to put stuff in her portfolio. She was out of ideas. So she illustrated a page out of every chapter of The Last Unicorn. I don't think she finished it, because I think she ended up getting a job before she was able to finish, but it was coming along quite nicely. I'd thought about something to kind of help boost my portfolio, was to redesign book covers of some of my favorite books, or some of the books that I've read or listened to recently. Like The Shining. I listened to The Shining not that long ago. I had one roughed out for Cujo. I had one roughed out for I said The Shining, didn't I? I had one roughed out for Christine. I had one roughed out for It. Mostly Stephen King, because that's what I've been listening to lately. I started listening to Ready Player One this afternoon. And the first, I'm hoping it picks up, because the first couple chapters have just been depressing as all out. And it's almost a little too close to home. But it's Wed by Will Wheaton. We got a little eye. Oh. Whiskers. All right. I think I'm done. Da ha ha, Captain. You know, now that you mentioned, sir, I do think you'd brought up that it was highly influenced by Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's just one of those things, like, I'd recently listened to that audiobook, and I didn't know if it was like because I was listening to the audiobook, I was seeing it everywhere. But I recall you mentioning that. I recall you referring to my reference of referrals. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Cute pupper. Yeah, this is one of those things that if left to my own devices, I would probably just kind of slowly pick at it until I went insane. Because see, look, I said I was done, and now... I lost track of how many assignments, drawing assignments, I got points docked off of because I was just so obsessively picking over the project. There's one, I was maybe like half done, and by all rights and purposes probably should have gotten an F because it wasn't finished. But I got like a C+. She was like, you know, you're missing a lot of your project. She's like, but it was turning out really nice. So, going off of what you have, you know, you get a high grade, but because you don't have much, you're losing quite a few points. And I was like, oh. I was just excited that she took it. It was a still life, and when I went back to go finish the project one day, it was gone. Someone had come in and one of the professors needed the studio for something, so he and he, you know, she gave him a time frame, and he waited till the end of the time frame. I was just too lazy to go to the school to work on it. So it was 110% my fault. I shall post it on Instagram. Nightcap, you have a good one. I'm actually also getting ready to head to bed because we have hit our 2-hour mark, and I think that's our sweet spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on Instagram. You all have a wonderful night and evening. Is Chad still streaming? Because if so, I might just pop in over there. But you guys have a good one. Tomorrow is the letter G, and it's going to be G for gecko. It's going to be G for gecko. So that'll be fun. You guys have a good one. And Bean Pal, get in here. Bean Pal, get in there. Bean Pal. All right. Bye, guys.